Before we get into the latest injury news and more here on Saints Now by Chat Sports, just wanted to share the great updates. Kool-Aid McKinstry, after his absolutely dominant performance against the Giants, he was named the NFC Player of the Week on defense. So make sure you show him some love in the comment section. Drop a like on the video, comment his jersey number 4, and let's dive in to today's news. This changes everything, ladies and gentlemen. Week 6, Saints versus Patriots. We got some really important injury updates to discuss here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. We're going to go through all of the information you need to know as a Saints fan. On top of that, we're going to go through the full injury report for the Black and Gold as well as the New England Patriots and get you ready for game day. The injury report just dropped about 20-30 minutes ago, and we're already providing you some content. Now let's talk about the biggest update of them all. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Chase Young, he has returned. He's back at practice. Woohoo! Dude's decided to stop just cashing in and eating that toupee and get his ass back out on the practice field. So, it's a joke, by the way. He wasn't actually doing that. It was a joke. Chase Young, in case you guys have been living under a rock or forgot what happened because it's been so long since we've talked about him playing football, he suffered a calf injury on the first Wednesday practice of the regular season. He was listed as a limited participant and then eventually throughout the week was downgraded as a non-participant. And so this was originally believed to be a minor injury. Chase Young even laughed it off when asked, is this going to keep you out for some extended time? But the reports from Nick Underhill coming out of practice, Chase Young slipped through a side door during the viewing window when media is allowed to watch and jumped into practice. So I think that that's really good to hear, and I'm really excited to hear that Chase Young not only was able to participate, he was able to be available, and he was officially listed as a limited participant at practice today. Now, Chase Young's return to the Saints defense will be extremely helpful in my opinion. I think that he's a player who could provide a much-needed boost to the pass rushing department. And I also think he's a really good run stopper as well. And I can't help but think there's a handful of those third and longs or those third down conversions that the opposing offenses were able to convert that Chase Young would be able to help prevent those from happening. So before we dive into the rest of the injury report, just want to get you guys a quick opinion. Will Chase Young play against the Patriots? Just type start, type sit. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Now let's go to the did not participate portion of this video. Just one guy, Isaac Yiadom. He did not participate with a hamstring injury. Kellen Moore didn't clarify whether or not he would be a candidate for IR. But in case you guys didn't know, we did provide you information on this yesterday. The New Orleans Saints signed cornerback Michael Davis, who does have familiarity with Kellen Moore, as well as Brandon Staley. He played in Brandon Staley's scheme with the Los Angeles Chargers, and they signed him earlier this week. Shout out to Lopez for giving you guys this information. 122 games played, 363 tackles. He was very highly spoken about by Kellen Moore. The production and the guys here at Chat Sports have different opinions. That being said, Michael Davis provides some depth. And I said this during the video. I think that if Isaac Yiadom's going to be missing some serious time, you need a cornerback, and Michael Davis was the player they went with. The Lions did try to bring him in, but then the Saints, because they were originally going to put him on the practice squad, and then the Saints said, no, active roster, you're on. And for what it's worth, I know a lot of you are like, well, why are they doing Asante Samuel Jr.? Where is he? He hasn't been medically cleared yet. Still waiting to get information around him. But let's go to the limited participants here on the injury report. You have 6 guys. One that popped up today, Alvin Kamara, going to give you some more information around him. But good news for Justin Reid, good news for Cesar Ruiz, good news for Chase Young. They are all back at practice. And I know a lot of y'all are going to be sitting here saying, oh, Chase Young, Cesar Ruiz, these guys stink, blah, 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 blah. Look, the New Orleans Saints offensive line is better when Cesar Ruiz is around. No mystery that last week they had 0 sacks. I think Torseley Simpkins played a decent game, but he did give up a lot of pressures and whatnot. However, when it comes to Cesar Ruiz, we saw the full starting offensive line for a few drives against the Bills, and I think that they are a better squad when you have Cesar Ruiz available and when the whole offensive line is healthy. So I know a lot of y'all are going to be like, well, now that's actually bad news. That doesn't help. But, again, he's your starter. It's nice to have the starters available. Injury update for Alvin Kamara. Nick Underhill said that sources tell him that AK is considered day-to-day this week. Kellen Moore clarified, saying that he suffered an ankle injury at practice on Wednesday. He didn't say it was much of a concern, but we will be monitoring this situation pretty heavily. They said the same thing about Chase Young. I'm not jinxing it, but they did say the same thing about Chase Young, so we're going to take a very, very good look at this situation throughout the week. Injury reports will continue to drop. The final one will be on Friday, and we'll make sure you guys are informed if there's any notable changes. Now, Justin Reid, he is also a limited participant. Reminder, he left the game early against the Giants due to a concussion. He went into the injury tent, quickly went to the locker room, and then was seen tweeting and celebrating on the sidelines after the game. I said that this wasn't going to be anything super duper major. He's going through the concussion protocol. He should be okay, but it takes some time to go through the protocol as a whole. Now, the full participants, there are 2 players. Offensive guard Dylan Radins with the toe injury and John Ridgway with that shoulder injury. I think Ridgway could provide a much-needed boost to the defensive line as a player that can be heavily rotated in. The Saints traded for him last year. He was a contributor, and I'm glad to see the Arkansas legend back on the field for the black and gold. Now we're going to go through more on the New Orleans Saints injury news, and we're also going to take a look at the Patriots injury report here in just one moment. But first things first, got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, Chubbies. Shorts and fellas, the leaves are turning, the temps are dropping, and the weekend air is getting that nice autumn crisp. And I know your lady's going to be dragging you to all sorts of pumpkin patches, photo shoots, and other nonsense. But here's the thing. Just because it's fall doesn't mean you have to pack away the fun. Chubbies is here to make sure you look good and feel great with their soft, stretchy, fall-ready staples built for maximum comfort and minimal effort. And I know that your fall wardrobe needs an update. And Trizzy always has the hookup. So you can click the link in the comments or description of this video, or just head over to chubbyshorts.com/chatsports, and you will now get 20% off your order for a limited time. Make sure you use that link now if you need to get yourself or some friends or a family member a holiday gift or a birthday gift. Get it on sale, 20% off today. Toss it in your closet, forget about it, and then when November rolls around, you'll have an awesome gift to give to a loved one. There's a new comfort collection. I highly encourage you to check that out. The Everywhere Jogger is amazing. Or the Everywhere Joggers, you should say. But the jogger pair of pants that I have from Chubbies are so dang comfortable. It's the perfect pant for impromptu naps, weekend errands, and everything in between. And I know that I just kind of gave the lady friends a little bit of gripe. But here's the thing. Maddie and I, we're going to be going on all sorts of dates. She's dragging me to mazes. She's dragging me to all sorts of fall things, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be looking good, feeling good, and Maddie's going to not be able to keep her hands off me because I'm going to be rocking my Everywhere joggers. You guessed it, Everywhere. Pretty good name, right? So make sure you go get swagged out. Make sure you click the link in the comments and description of this video. That way you can take advantage of the 20% off sale from Chubbies. We're giving our listeners 20% off your order with code CHATSPORTS for a limited time. So visit chubbyshorts.com/chatsports, and you'll get to take advantage of that deal. Or just click the link in the comments section and description of this video and plug in code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, at chubbyshorts.com/chatsports. Support the show. Show your thighs some respect with Chubbies, and let them know that we sent you by clicking the link in the comments. Now, why does this change everything? I made a pretty big proclamation. That's a big word. That's a really good one. I didn't know I had that in my bag either. So they made a big proclamation that this changes everything. Chase Young being back, Justin Reid not having a major injury, Cesar Ruiz being back. But there's also the fact that Alvin Kamara was on the injury report. So there's a lot that changes. And the New Orleans Saints have been very, very banged up to this point. So getting healthy provides a much-needed boost to this roster, especially on the defensive side of the football, where there have been a lot of opportunities that have just not really been taken advantage of. And so specifically for the good side of things, why does it change everything? Because the Saints are getting healthy. And when you're healthy, especially later in the season, it really can help you out. But on the opposite side of things, if there are some issues, this really could change a lot of things because then that means Kendre Miller and Devin Neal are going to be getting a lot more run. Reminder, Velus Jones Jr. recently waived, so they are down technically a running back. He was listed as a running back on the depth chart. But there you go. Why does this change everything? I just explained it to you, so you can't call it clickbait. Now, coming up, we're going to go through the Patriots and Saints injury reports. I showed you what the New Orleans Saints had. We're going to go through the Patriots, and then I'm just going to recap it all for you in just one image to make your life a little bit easier. But first things first, we got to beat their ass, ladies and gentlemen. The Patriots today, Brett Alpert, he's talking all this shit in my ear. He's jawing like the Patriots are some relevant team now. Please shut him up. prove that we're the better fan base. He's been in my ear all day long. I cannot stand it. Help me out. Sub for Saints Dubs and prove that the Who Dat Nation is better than whatever the hell Patriots fans call themselves. I don't know. Yankees? Yeah, no thank you. All righty, let's go to the Patriots side of things. The injury report, safety Jalen Hawkins and defensive end Keon White, both listed as non-participants. So that is a situation to monitor. Alper telling me that Keon White, he's a new name to the injury report, so that's definitely one to pay attention to. A few other names to keep your eyes on. Christian Barmore, he is a non-injury related designation. He was a limited participant. Clavon Chason with the knee injury. Anthony Jennings, Milton Williams, a couple notable names on this list. A lot of ankle injuries. Feels like the NFL and ankle injuries are just like rampant this year. I don't know what's going on. But there's a lot limited participants for the New England Patriots. And then you got 2 full participants for New England. Marte Mapu and Mike Onwenu. Shoulder and thigh injury and then a neck injury for both of these 2 players. Again, situations to monitor. If you're a full participant, usually that's a pretty good sign going into the week that you will be active. So all in all, we will take a look at the injury report throughout the week and provide those updates for you because there will be changes made, whether it's upgrades, downgrades, or names added, there will be information to share. Now, I do think that the New Orleans Saints are going to have some trouble with the New England Patriots. I really like the Patriots offense, and I think that their defense is pretty good. Mike Vrabel is going to have that team ready to play. And so I think that if you're a healthy squad, you give yourself a better chance to win. And I'm really, really eager to see our defensive line for the first time all season at full strength. I know that Chase Young being out has been a really frustrating situation for a lot of us, but I do think that with him being available, it will help this team. He is a very athletic player. He's a very high-level player, and he has a very high pedigree coming out of Ohio State. And there was a lot of praise around him during the summer and during training camp that he was one of the MVPs throughout the summer for New Orleans. So I think that the Saints defensive line being at full strength is a key factor into New Orleans having the ability to win this game. And if they aren't injured, or if they are injured and they are not healthy, then it's only going to get that much harder. So recapping as promised, the full injury report. I'm not going to reread it. I'm just going to let you guys take a second, screenshot it, observe it, absorb it, take in all the information, and then whenever you're ready, we can get to the last part of this video, which is, hold on, 3, 2, 1. I'm giving you a second to look through it and read it and make sure you understand everything. Now that you know the injuries, can you predict the score for me? Saints versus Patriots. On the spot, Lopez. I should have had one written down. Shame on me. F Trizzy's in the chat. On the spot, I'm going with the 2-game win streak here. Saints winning 27-24. 34-27 Saints from Lopez. What do you guys think about our score predictions? Now it's time to share yours. Appreciate you guys for rocking and rolling with us here on today's video. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. We'll have more information coming out throughout the week and then awesome content tomorrow morning, and we will be live Thursday afternoon. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and y'all stay golden. We will see you next time.